Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Of course, here we are all together again, continuing with our blind playthrough of Blueprints. We're going into, on paper, day 102. However, this is actually my 100th day in the mansion because, as I've mentioned many times before, and if you've watched this entire playthrough, you may recall it's been a long time, but I have mentioned it several times. There were 2 days where, for various reasons, I missed having any actual day in the mansion. So this is just my actual 100th day here. So hurrah for that! But let me tell you, there are some bigger reasons for hurrah. First off, because we had an incredible day yesterday that was so freaking satisfying and is yet another amazing, huge, enormous milestone sort of reveal in the game, which was getting to open up the vault security thing 53 with key 8 and getting this mysterious freaking cryptograph. All right, brass compass, magnifying glass, and a couple of keys. This is so good because on top of finishing yesterday with the clock tower, having the clock tower yesterday, I'm starting today with 4 keys. That's pretty dang good. That's a dang good key start to the day as well. Okay, I have a lot to tell you. So first off, have I solved the cryptograph? No, I haven't. So I'll just get that one out of the way. Yeah. But have I made some exciting progress on some things? Yes, I have. But I'm going to do this while we're going because I'm going to pick up the speed a little bit today. I am hoping today. All right, I have exciting things to tell you, but what I'll tell you is my aim for today is I would like to try and get Schoolhouse and to be able to get the blue memos in the remaining classrooms that I don't have yet. I think that would be a really, really good use of the day if I'm able to get it. If not, I have many, many other things that I'm really keen to do. But so, what I'm going to do is draft a little bit here, see if I can get myself some redrafts to be able to take them out to the outer room. I know I will have study as a backup plan because I, called it a day yesterday in study, which was also really nice. But I'd prefer to be able to get Schoolhouse if I can. Okay, so we're actually pretty good for keys. However, because I called it a day yesterday in Schoolhouse, I don't have the key card. So it would be, really good to get break room as well as a possibility for that. However, this is also our redraw spot. I might just try some redraws and see what else comes up. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, look. Treasure Trove is excellent, but I'm confident I'm going to get it somewhere else as well. So, utility closet could also be a good backup in case I don't get the key pass. But I think I don't know. I'm kind of betting on it at the moment. Usually I get a couple of break rooms and, it tends to work out. Who knows? But redraw die would be really, really, really excellent. Okay, since none of that has worked out, although it does take a gem, and I only have 2 gems at the moment, I'm going to go lab so that I can immediately get some experiments going. All right. So given that I'm trying to do the school rooms, one of the reasons why I'm rushing a bit right now is because if I'm going to do the school rooms anyway, so let's go with trash while digging. Look, this would all be really good, but I'm really trying to build up my stars right now. This is a big goal for me because I want to get back to at least over 50, so I have the inkwell possibility again. But also, I really want to blast past 50 to find out what other constellations are possible. This could be really important, and it's at least very, very interesting. So that's actually a big priority for me at the moment. We will also log into the network. Yeah, so I'm not finishing my sentences. I will get around to telling you all of these cool things. But The reason I'm rushing is because if we're going to do the classrooms anyway, I'd like to try to get into the classroom. I think it's classroom 6. I'd like to try and get there by sacred hour if possible. So I'm going to give it a go. Okay, no new staff announcements. We'll do the typical special order. Shovel is still working for me fine. Great. Every day is good with a shovel. Every day without shovel can be a real struggle. Remote terminal access. I'm going to do security again. And currently, because we don't have the key pass, unfortunately I'm going to have to set the security settings to low. I don't like doing it. It's not my fave. Of course, there's no inventory yet. But we can come, if we could pick up the key pass, which hopefully won't take too long, we can come back and change this. But unlocked mode could also be the thing that works out for us today. Cool. Is that all I wanted to do? I think that's all I wanted to do for now. Okay. Let's keep going. So obviously at any time I can just, go over to the outer rim and give it a go. It would just be really, 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 really good to, try to avoid it if possible. Yeah, let's do break room, because this could be the thing. This could be the magic that gets us the key card. Okay. Calculator. I've got no time to waste today if I'm going to give this a go. So 3, no, this is 1 actually. This is a third of 3. So 1 and then 1 squared 1 plus 1 2 and then 2 squared 4 plus 1 5 and then 5 squared 25 and then 25 minus 5 20. Got it. Okay, so we're halving this one, inverting this. All right. So 18 plus 10, rounding to, well, it's already 10, so we don't need to round any differently. Inverting, which takes us back to 1. I think the yellow one in the same circle here is slightly confusing me, but let's say that this is 1, just doing the blue bits, and then this doesn't feel right, and then minus 12, and then multiplied by 10. No, this is crazy. Yeah, and then this would be plus. No, this doesn't work. All right. Damn it, I'm in a hurry. I can't afford these mistakes. So am I felt like I was doing all of the the same color before I do the bullseye operation. But maybe I'm incorrect about that. So maybe it's plus 18, round to 20, invert, that's just 2, and then that's still half, so 10, so 12 inverted to 21, 21 minus 12, could this be it? 33. Now multiplied by 10, which is a lot, and then plus 14, 340, no, this is totally wrong. What am I doing wrong with this one? I haven't been too bad lately. What have I tried already? What was this? This was 20. All right, what if this was just 1? No, it's not. What if it was 10? No, it's not. What if it was 15? No, it's not. 12? It's not. God, I'm already back to this, but it's just because I'm like, I ain't got time. I don't know how long this is going to take me to figure out. What if it's 18? Don't be the last thing I pick. Don't be the last thing I pick. What if it's 15? No. What if it's 3? What if it's 8? Good old 8. Come on. You like 8 game? 11? 16? This is nuts. It's come to this. It's gonna be the last thing I pick. It's 6. Okay, good. I don't even care how that works. Just give me my keys. Give me my keys. I've got to move on. All right. It would be really good to be able to corner upwards here, northwards. So parlor is. Yeah, parlor is perfect. However, you know, again, this is a bit of a time-takey thing, but of course I need the gems. I need the gems. And if I am going to do a schoolhouse day, yeah, I really need the gems. If it's possible. If it's possible. This statement appears on another box. Yes, it does. So this is true, and this is true, and by default this is false. This box is empty, so the gems are just in here. Yay! It's a nice simple one. No! This statement appears on another box. This statement appears on another box. Doesn't that make... What? Hang on. Doesn't this make this true by default? And this one true by default, and therefore this one... Oh, the blue box is... Oh, I'm such a fool. This is what I get for rushing. This is what I get for rushing. This is why. This is why. This is why. This is why I'm always trying to like catch myself. I'm always trying to catch myself exactly to avoid this situation. All right, we'll get another parlor somewhere. So let's, because without keycard, we need to also prioritize exits. So let's go good old drawing room here. I've got no time to mourn. My gems. We just got to move on. All right, let's go up here. I don't have... Yeah, I won't be able to access the trunk. Well, no, I will. I've got 6 keys. Yeah, okay, let's put this here. We'll get a trunk. Yeah, freaking hell. Let's use a key. Great. We got our key back. Good. A gem. Good. Let's go here. Maybe if I keep going, I'll just reach foundation anyway. So it could be fine. Of course, what I am doing though, you know, like I can't draft... Ideally, I can't draft too much because, like, you know, I need spaces to draft the classrooms. These are all good options for various ways. I'm gonna go den. It gets me the gem and good exits. Cool. God, what a foolish thing to do with parlor. It was just rushing. I didn't read properly. So silly. Yep. We'll use a key. I guess this is pretty good because this is giving me lots of exits. I'm only one away from foundation now. I mean, the key card is obviously still going to be useful for security doors. However, maybe I can just make it there right now. Yeah, with lots of drafting potential. Ah, okay. All right, so that's the catch. That's the catch. Okay, in that case, let's give ourselves another shot at parlor to get these gems, and let's read properly this time. What a fool! What a fool! What do you think, M. Lowry, mysterious M. Lowry? Okay, taking a breath. The gems are in the true box. Well, we don't know. There is only one box in this room. This one is false. I'm writing it down. This one is false. There are 4 boxes in this room. Okay, you are also false. So this one must be true. The gems are in the true box. Then think about this, double check. There is definitely not only one box in this room. This must be false. There's definitely not 4 boxes in this room. This must be false. This therefore must be true. This is the true box. It is true. The statement is true. The gems are in the true box. The gems must be in this box. Good. Okay. So we've kind of like clawed a little bit of dignity back there. Okay. If I am going to reach foundation, I now need to go this way. However, of course, reaching foundation now involves using one of the rank A spots. So I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's go back down and let's draft. Let's go back down. Let's draft in the lower ranks and you know, see how we can go. All right, so I've made a bit of a rush start to this. Where are we at? Pretty good still, pretty good. Pretty good. We might as well go from here. We get a redraft from this spot anyway. Conference room's actually pretty good. Yeah, it gives us a lot more spaces to draft in, so I like that. I like that. Yeah, but let's keep going back down. Great. And all right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so I'm still sort of rushing, so I'm not like in a good frame of mind yet to tell you like my exciting things. So just trust me, just wait a little bit. Okay, this is a perfect spot for another break room. Let's have another go at this. All I'm interested in doing is getting this done quickly right now. Okay, so we're just squaring one line, that's good. So we're starting with 5, and then we're squaring to 25, and then -5 to 20, and then multiplied by 5 to 100, and then divided by 5 back down to 20. We're ignoring these two, and the bullseye is working on those ones there. So we're starting with... Oh, hang on. What's my controller doing? Oh, controller, there's no... Dang it. I might have to fix this. Alright, should be good again now. Okay, God, I don't have time for this controller. So 21. And what are we working with next? This one's just got nothing in it, so we can ignore that anyway. And then we can ignore this one. Oh, no. So we're doing this one next, plus 5, so actually 26. Ignore this one. 26 divided by 3, which gives a very weird number. Hang on, have I missed something? All these 3 are fine. No. Oh, man, it's not this one next. Sorry. So it's... that doesn't make sense. 26. Oh, man. You can see what rushing does to me. Just makes me worse at everything. 21 divided by 3. 7. Then squaring, which gets us 49. And then inverse 94. And then we move up to this one, where we divide by 11. No. 94. Then we go over to this one, plus 5. So it's 99. Now it makes sense. 99 divided by 11, 9. And then squaring 81, 18. Good old 18. No. What? Wasn't it 81 and then invert? felt right. Once again, exactly the same pattern. Rushing, feeling overconfident, quickly making a decision, turns out wrong. Okay, so what was this one in the end? That was 20. So we got to 99 here. 99 divided by 11 gets me 9. 9 times 9 squaring gets me 81. It's then asking to invert. Oh, this freaking one here. Invert is 18. Okay, so here we're at 18. Do I now do this one? 18 divided by 9, 2. Squaring to 4. Inverting to 4? No. So 99 divided by 11. Yeah, 18. At the end of this one, we get 18. I'm probably making the exact same mistake I was making before about the order of operations. 18 divided by 9. I mean, it does work. 2. 2 squared, 4. 4 invert 4. And yet, incorrect. So, if we go back to 99 and we divide by 11 and then divide by 9, yeah, do these together. Then we get 1, we square to 1, we invert to 1. Okay, that's indeed what it was. Silly me, silly me. I totally know that it works that way, but somehow, yeah, just working with the 99 kind of felt right, even though it weren't right. Okay, this can be really anything, honestly. Since it can be anything, I think I'm going to put bedroom closet here because it might give me redraw die. Yes. Okay, good. Great. I love that. Could this be enough? It could be. But let's go and draft down here, see if we can get any more. Okay, well, kennel at least gets us through. Yeah, it gets us through to the next spot. So we'll do that. Hey, doggos. Hey, dig spot. And here, oh, so good. Finally a shop. Finally a shop. And honestly, yeah, kitchen is probably a really good idea. However, commissary's really good. But I won't get redraw die. Okay, boudoir will give me 2 redraw die. Honestly, I'm going to go for that because it serves my purposes now. So this is pretty good. This puts me in a spot to go out to the outer room with 3 redraw die. Cross my fingers. Hope that we can get Schoolhouse today. And it is... Alright, we're going to have to do some quick drafting to try and make this work, but let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. The good thing about classrooms is that they do tend to just encourage each other and you get all of the redraw capability anyway. And I also have a lot of spaces on this map to draft things from. So I really just need to get like the first... Beautiful. I'm so sorry, study. I asked you to be here, but I'm going to go with this for today. It's just kind of the best main goal for me to have today. Oh, right. Okay. Alright, so pretty good. I've just got to start. I really just have to draft 6 classrooms pretty quickly now. I'm going to do this. There we go. Okay, good. This is going good. Now the ideal thing would be to be able to draft them from each other. So if I'm lucky enough to go here and get a classroom, you know, that'd be great. So I'm gonna do that. Cool. And okay, just taking a look at my items as well. So we'll go through here to conference room, because if we can do sort of a few corner rooms all joined together, this could be quite nice. Perfect. I've got a nice little amount of gems as well. Thank you. We've already got the blue memo in the first several classrooms. Thankfully, they all have a clock as well, so that's handy. So this could also be a classroom spot in either direction. So perfect. We will take it. We will take it. That is 2. That is 2. This would have been a really good day. This would have been a really good day to have, you know, an apple-based experiment, but oh well. So if this goes in the right direction, it'd be a really perfect place for a classroom as well. Obviously, I want to like get other things going in the house as well, but this will do because we can draft from boudoir hopefully for the other 2 spots. So that's classroom number 3 already. Dang, we're flying. We're flying. Can we make it? I think we can. So this is classroom. Now I just need to be careful because I need to make sure I get the right ones in the right places here. Let me just double check. I've definitely done classroom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I need is classroom 6, 7, 8 and the exam, ideally on rank 8. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, we're going for 4 now, ideally. You can take a key. God, I'm so glad I have a good amount of keys and gems right now. This is good. We'll do this classroom. This is really good. This is really good. Classrooms actually work really well for for this very thing. For this very thing. Excellent. Not even at 12 yet. So classroom 1, 2, 3, 4. And class 5 I have the blue memo from. So if this could be class 5, it'll be really perfect. So exceptionally, ridiculously perfect. This is great. I might have missed things that are on the desks. I'm trying to sort of check, but obviously I'm hurrying, so I might make some mistakes. Okay, now the next classroom, I think we need on rank 8 because we don't have the blue memo for it, but also it's the one that has the golden hands in it. It may not be a secret hour thing. Sacred hour. It may not be a sacred hour thing. However, it may be. So I'd like to give it a go. Now we're going to snake back. Just checking items. Okay. Okay, back to conference room. Now I would really, really like to be able to get kitchen or something. Oh, okay, showrooms. However, I really need to preserve my gems, actually. Showroom's really good. Showroom's good for this, but actually, you know, it doesn't. Well, actually, showroom could give me the emerald. Yeah, let's try it. It could give me the emerald bracelet, if I'm lucky. Oh, so good. So good. Yes. Great. Okay, I can't afford anything else just yet. I'd love to get the silver spoon as well. I'm gonna try from here. I'd love to get, like, yeah, kitchen or even dining room. Okay, so we don't want that. Maybe I'll just put dormitory here. Yeah, we'll just get the steps. I could do with a little step boost. That'd make me feel better. I'm a little nervous about the key usage, but I'm going to do it. Okay, thankfully we get a key back and that's done. Okay, alright. So I think that's a good use of this spot. I can relax about gems now. So let's go all the way up to foundation. Hoping I won't have security doors to deal with. And if so, I've got a little bit of scrambling to do. So, we can't obviously go straight into foundation, but I could... Oh. It would be so good to get this. It would be so good to get this. However, I'm actually going to redraw because I would really, really like something that will let me get straight to the... Not you. Boudoir will do. Boudoir will do, I guess. Yeah, Chamber of Mirrors, unfortunately, is not going to give me access now. It would only give me access later after I organise my own access around Chamber of Mirrors. So Boudoir at least will get me to the first classroom I need. And to be honest, after this I can slow down. Get the jam, get the jam. Okay, I've got 4 redraws. I just need this to be classroom. Yep. Key, let's go. Okay, it's not classroom, but so let's redraw. I don't even really super mind what direction it's going in. You know, we can try to make it work. This is the most important one in a sense. Here we are. All right. I have made it to this room, finally, with time. All right, now I can relax. Now, guys, my friends, we can chat. So good. Okay, so at least I will know, I will have an answer to whether this is anything or not. All this is my best guess, you know, that the golden hands, which definitely means something, my best guess, my first guess, really, is let's see if it's related to Sacred Hour. It may not be, obviously. It could even be something that's related to some other much later puzzle or something. Oh, hello. Oh, hang on. I'm almost thinking like, if I save up a little bit of money, I could get the silver spoon. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going to leave this for the time being. There's our blue memo already. Okay. Hang on, let me, excuse me. Oh, this is really cool. King lore. The 3rd king of Arindia was the last in the line of Horus. I mean, let me have a look. Did I kind of know that already? Because we're sort of talking about... So we know the first king in the Ajira period. The second era involved the 4th king of Arindia. But that means, that 4th king of Arindia was not in the Horus line. So presumably what this means is that the last, I suppose the 3 kings of Horus in the Horus line were all confined to the Ajira era. Interesting. Does that mean that the king in the Aries court is this 3rd king, this 3rd Horus king? I have to think about what else I know about them. Anyway, hang on. 3rd king of Arindia was last in Horus line. Okay, for the time being, I'm thinking that means probably the last king in the Ajira era. Hopefully this is the first of the 4 final blue memos that we get for today. Maybe. I am still a little bit considering whether what was spare green room when I started blue memo quest and is now spare veranda, maybe could still have a blue note in it because it originally began as a blue room. It's now a green room. But so I don't know if maybe under different circumstances it could have a blue memo in it, and now I've taken away that ability. But I'm definitely going to try it. So, okay, this is interesting. I like this. I like getting more of the history, and I like getting more of the history of the royals. Last in the line of Oris. Okay. So good. What a great start so far. Working without key pass as well. Dang. Thankfully, yeah, classrooms have a really great dynamic of working together. This worked out really well. Okay. So I've still got a bit of time before we get to 1:30. First, let me do one thing with just what I've just learned. Let me go back to the notes that I have from Aries Court. I would say I just about know them off by heart by this stage, but I you know, I want to check. I want to be careful. In Aries Court, where the king now lays, just a king, the king, in fact. On the sacred hour, that time-worn phrase, will a youth approach with empty arms, without gifts nor gold, nor mannered charms. Now, I might as well tell you, this is not by any means, I think, one of the big things that I have to tell you. However, I have been considering that I may well have been reading these notes in the wrong order, because I kind of went from one side of the room, like from one corner of the room down, and then sort of went back to that first side of the room on the opposite. This is very hard to explain, but I think you know what I mean. To the opposite side and read downwards. Now that made sense to me. It made sense to read it in that way, because by that way, the last four are, the black key is lying with the last king of 8. Okay, so that's what I wanted to check. It says the last king of 8. Maybe by of 8, they mean, you know, Arindia Aries, or Arindia being associated with 8 in general. Therefore, yeah, maybe this third king could still, in fact, be the last king of 8 in a sense. I don't know. But it would imply that there are previous... If we're talking about 8 kings, like it might mean of 8 in the sense of what 8 is associated with. It might mean of death, because we know that 8 is associated with death. We know 8 is associated with unknown. We know 8 is associated with the number 8. So it's associated with, you know, Arindia Aries, Arindia. So it could mean 8 in that sense, like almost like a, you know, a place relationship, a realm relationship. However, it could also mean 8 kings, and there are like 8 statues there as well. Sort of like what if I should get a slide up or something? Maybe it's that you get a new slide. So like, because it's the thing about this room, right? It's the thing about this room. This is the one. I still really feel like General Teskin there is holding the idol. Surely he died. Surely he died. And that just takes us back to that. I don't know. I can't imagine what's going to happen, except that maybe it's something like the clock tower. Like maybe we get a little cutscene. And this is the only other thing I can think of. Maybe it's something to do with what appears here. It's really nice they gave me a cupcake today. Yeah. Okay. The black key is... So anyway, I might be reading these in the wrong order, these Aries Court notes, because if I actually just kept going around the room in a line, essentially, then reading these last 4 backwards So it would then say overall, in Aries Court where the king now lays, on the sacred hour that time-worn phrase, will a youth approach with empty arms, without gifts nor gold nor mannered charms, then, and in sky above a brilliant sign, a sullen cross as 5 stars align, a patient figure a reckoning great, the black years lying with the last king of 8. It makes sense this way. And what that means to me is, I would then interpret that to mean, yes, the Southern Cross is the only thing they talk about. The Southern Cross, there is not another brilliant sign that is separate from the Southern Cross. The Southern Cross is the brilliant sign. Okay, if anything's going to happen here now, it would be now. All right, no cutscene. Does anything else happen if I look at the slides? Do we get an extra slide? It's the only thing I could think. No, we don't. Well, look, obviously it still means something. Like, that I know. It still means something. But what? But what? Maybe it relates to a clue that we get at another time. I had wondered if, like, maybe the blue memo would say something about the, I don't know, the time, or, the third king of Orindia was the last in the line of Oris. Okay, anyway, this is now, as always, this is new knowledge I have. This is very useful. I know that it's not this, or at least if it is this, it's not this under these conditions. You know, it might require something else. Oh man, I love this music. So good. So, from here, the great thing is we can draft, hopefully, the next classroom. I have 3 redraws. Hopefully that can happen. Okay, so, and I have many other redraws here, so surely. Come on now, come on. Yes, okay. All right, interesting. So this will send us up. That's fine. That's fine. It gets us the next blue memo. We're here. All right. Cool. We just got to find it now. So we're in the maths classroom. Oh. It did that thing. The music just cut off weirdly. The music just cut off weirdly. Huh? Sometimes it just has enough. It just goes, yeah, I'm done. You didn't figure out the gold hands thing, so you're done. No music for you. Get out of here. Get out of here and go do some maths in the algebra classroom. All right. Hang on. What I was just looking at though is, is there anything to these little? Problem is, you know me in maths. Is there anything to these little equations here? A, B. Look, I'm going to play around with them afterwards. Well, I can at least do this one that's just numbers. So, 6 squared, 36, minus 6, 30, squared, 900. If I've done that correctly, I don't know what to do with that. But, yeah, I'll have a play around with this. I mean, all it gives you is A and B. There's no other letters. Okay, let's keep looking around for this blue memo. So good. This is going swimmingly. I still haven't talked to you about most of the exciting things. But here we go. I'm constantly distracted, but I can slow my pace now. I can slow my pace. The 3 advanced operations in modern mathematics are squaring, inversion, and rounding. Okay, so that's just help with, this is sort of what I expected from the maths classroom, honestly. It's just help with figuring out the, like the puzzle dynamics in the billiard room, etc. Cool. We got that. So if you hadn't figured out like what the bullseye symbols mean, this could be a hint for that. Cool. All right. Let me just write this down because this is the easiest way for me to keep track and make sure I'm not missing things. So the 3 advanced operations. I promise I'm going to speak to you all in a second. In modern maths are squaring, inversion, and rounding. Actually, inversion is a good segue. For one of the things that I want to say. So, okay. So, let's just hang out here. All right, let's just look at this. Let's just look at this while I tell you. So, obviously, I've been having a go at this cryptograph that we have now. And I've been just trying a few basic things first. I'm kind of just like, like picking it up, sniffing it, turning it around, I know I'm doing some basic things. I know what I'm doing is not going to necessarily be the thing. However, it's just going to help me to get a grip, like to come to an understanding of what it is that I'm looking at. So, I've tried a few things. One of the things that I've tried is looking at words on this cryptograph that have that I'm calling like similar pairs. And essentially this is words that only have 1 letter difference. I wondered, is it possible, are there pairings for every word? I could sort of already see that there weren't, but nevertheless, I've just done it. I've just done this systematically. So what you come to is there's a bunch of words that are just one letter different. Toad, road, maid, mail, well, will, clam, clay, sand, hand, and there are 2 sands, and then date, tape, and vase and safe. That's kind of like interesting, but there are then still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words that don't have that kind of pairing. However, with those remaining 10 words, when I expanded this out just to test it, if I expanded this out to, well, are there pairings of words that have 2 letters in common? Then you do get everything else paired up except for 2 words. So pigs and legs, head and peak, toes and tree, and card and rock each have 2 letters in common. But the 2 that have nothing to do with anything are Joya and slab. So that's just one way I've thought about it. I've then also tried if I consider between all of these pairings, which are the letters that are different, and I tried writing them out, it doesn't look interesting. It hasn't done anything for me yet. I've looked at for example, what are the first letters of all of the words, and can I sort of see any interesting patterns there? Is it bringing any other words to mind? So far, no. Just kind of noting what's there and what's not there. And another one of these that I've done, which, I know in itself is not going to be the answer to everything, but it's just, as I said, it's helping me to come to grips with what I'm actually dealing with here. I went, okay, if I consider all of the letters that are available on this whole cryptograph, I've noted them all out and counted them all. So, for example, A, there are 18 A's. There's loads of A's. B, there's 1 B. C, there's 4 C's. D, there's 9 D's. E, there's 11 E's, etc., etc. I've done this for the whole alphabet. And you know, because it's interesting sometimes to note, like, what are the least common letters and what are the ones that are not present, you know? And there are 4 letters that are not present. I was actually sort of hoping that there would be 1 letter that wasn't present, because I thought, could this relate to the there is a letter missing blue memo that we find in the pantry? And I thought, could this be where there's a letter missing? But no, there's actually 4 letters missing. So Q, U, X, and Z are not present. And you would sort of expect that, right? If you have a big collection of words, those are, you know, apart from maybe U, like, you would definitely think, yeah, sure, Q, X, and Z are probably what you would put money on not being present. So that in itself doesn't seem unusual. But I've also been considering, I suppose, you know, just like further like meta-analysis in a way of these letters. So just noting, all right, there are 2 sands. That's interesting. Why is sand there twice? Why is it the only word there that's there twice? What does that mean? You know, does it do the locations of the words mean anything? Can I understand this through any spatial relationships? Obviously, all of them are 4 letters. There are, you know, the whole thing is a grid of 5 by 5 words, which means that there's a total of 25 words. I found that interesting because that means, put in another sense, that there are 24 different words here with sand being present twice. 24 could mean that maybe each of these in some ways relates to a letter. In some, you know, like a letter of the alphabet. 24. It's an interesting number. So, but that's as far as I've gone with that, because I don't really know how to think about that. I don't know how to translate, apart from going, well, maybe pigs is A, sand is B, male is C, date is D. Like, I don't know what to do with that. And I don't know if that's how, you know, I don't know if that's how you would do it. I suspect it probably isn't that simple. And what would I use it for anyway? Like, for that to mean something, I need something else to use this with. Like, if this is a way of working out, it would mean that this was a key to, this is a coda to working something else out. So what am I working out? That this is kind of what I don't know. So before I get to that question, I'll just let you know the other thing that I tried. And I had mentioned this when I first saw it. Like, I was kind of like, oh, hang on. Some of these words feel like they could be related to specific rooms in the house. So I had a go at thinking about every word here, and can I think of rooms that might be particularly relevant to that word? For some of them, absolutely. Like, some of them are pretty good. Some of them are a bit tenuous. But so what I have, for example, is pigs. I've written chapel because we find a pig in the chapel. Sand is really kind of difficult because there's a lot of rooms that could potentially relate to sand. They have sand in them. It could even relate to dig spots. And there's a lot of rooms that could be associated with dig spots. So I don't know. Male, you would surely think that's the male room. Date could be a lot of rooms, but maybe could be study, where our D8 date, you know, was relevant. Head, I thought of, could it mean foyer or office, because we have the you know, the statue busts in there. Clam, aquarium. Peak, again, it could be in a lot of things, but I did think of gift shop because it's got the big symbol of Mount Holly in it. Joya could mean the dining room, the freezer, or the kitchen, rooms that are associated with the chef. Well, I really don't know. I thought maybe foundation, because it has a big hole in it that goes down, but it's not like a well per se. Toad, absolutely no idea. I can't recall if a frog has come up in this game in any sense. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but nothing comes to mind for that. Card, I don't know what would apply to card. There's so many cards in this game. I don't know which room would particularly apply. Will, again, I've thought like it could be room 46, though room 46 itself is not. If it does relate to like spaces here, like 5 by 5 or something, Obviously room 46 doesn't fit within that, but it could mean that because that's where we find the will. But the will is also potentially associated with study because that's what we see in the game's opening credits. Tape could mean security. Legs could mean drawing room, all of the gates, right? Tree, cloister, I know it's got trees in it. Garage has a big tree outside, a big notable tree. Road as well could mean garage. Maid's chamber. Slab I thought could mean throne room. It has a big sort of slab behind the throne. It could mean tomb. Rock, I don't know. There's rooms with rocks in them. Courtyard maybe. Hand could mean bedroom or foyer. The two rooms, well, actually, now that I'm writing an office as well, the rooms that have, big hand statues in them. Vase could be so many rooms. Safe could be so many rooms. Clay. Foundation. Tunnel. I don't know. Toes. That's a really hard one as well. Best I could come up with was walk-in closet because it has lots of shoes in it. So anyway, I can't say that I feel confident that that's anything. It was an interesting exercise. So that's some of the ways I've been coming at this. In addition, I'm also thinking, let's say that, what are we going to get from this? What are we going to get from this? It could be something that you need to use in conjunction with, and this is what I suspect, in conjunction with another mystery, another puzzle, a word puzzle, a letter puzzle, a number puzzle, and this is like a key to working that out. So I suspect that that's the case. And in that case, a big part of what I'm thinking about is what could this relate to? However, if what I ultimately get from this is some kind of message, the same way that a new clue gave us, what was it, like scorched, sundial, something. It escapes me for now. Then I kind of think like, well, what words are like the really standout things here I could imagine applying to something? The one I'm really stuck on mostly is Joya. Why is Joya here? It really stands out to me. I mean, so does Toad, because what the freaking hell does Toad relate to? Really, pigs as well. But yeah, Joya. If Joya is a part of some important puzzle element here, some important message, what is it? What could it be saying about Joya? What is associated with Joya? Well, obviously, as I said, dining room, freezer, kitchen. They're chef-related rooms. But of course, we have a statue of Joya in the tomb. So could this ultimately relate to the tomb? And also we have Joya represented in the chapel is the other thing. So yeah, these are just some things I've sort of thought about so far. To go back to the question that I mentioned before, and this is getting to why I said whatever word I said before is a segue. So it's taken me a really long time actually to get to this segue. Inversion. Yeah. So this is actually the thing I was super excited about. I'll get there. I'm leading you down this pathway. Trust me. Hold my hand. We're getting there. So I've been thinking, how can I start to work out? How can I start to just try to make some connections here? And the way, I think I mentioned this at the end of the last episode, or last day at least. Something I'm trying initially is just a big refresh for me. Just a refresh, like going through kind of all of the remaining mysteries and puzzles and little pieces of hints and questions that I have from all over the place. And I'm still going with this. But at the very least, what I've been through are, looking through like photos and notes that I have on this game. And at the very least finding like, oh, okay, like what are some little unresolved sort of messages and notes that I have around the place that I haven't been able to make sense of so far. So this includes, for example, castle, which is near the chess, castle, which is written on the wall near the chessboard, where of course we have done a castling move. So I get that. But I still don't know what the C blank blank, A blank blank, S blank blank relate to. I still don't know. So that's one. Then there's, for example, the either CXTE or GXTE that we see in Cloister. There is denoted inverse in the music room. There is does it never end in Her Ladyship's chamber. There is the IOO and related the 6 or 0 notes that we find in the grotto and in the locker room. There is the cat note that we see in the kennel. There is this might not relate, this might not be relevant, but I'm still kind of hanging out that it could be mantis, which is the answer to the baffler that we found. There's the mysterious sort of thing I'm still wondering about in root cellar, where Mary has written no sign has been found and sign is underlined. Of course, this could just be saying, like, pay attention to the signs in a new clue, but sign has kind of come up again recently in Aries Court, and I'm just still thinking about, well, what else might count as a sign, and why was that underlined? And I don't know. I'm still rethinking it. There is a letter missing, which has come from one of the blue notes, and I'm going over all of the blue notes again. I have something else to say about that. There is investor needed, the note with the mysterious little diagram that we get in the Lost and Found. There is Mary's note from the Schoolhouse, which is in a timely manner. There's all kinds of things like that. So I've literally, and there's also the sacred note up in the clock tower, and I've just been like reading that. I note that it talks about sands, and obviously we have references to the black sands and the white sands and the black shores, etc. So I'm literally just like kind of revisiting these things and putting them together. I've been rewriting them out on the same page in my notebook. In doing this, one of the big, very satisfying discoveries that I have made, and I did this just before recording this episode, so this is my current excitement over having found this. I just found this out before recording. I was looking at this investor needed thing, and because I had written these all next to each other, something clicked, and I realized investor needed and denoted inverse are anagrams of each other. And it just occurred to me, because I'd literally been writing them out next to each other. And I was like, hang on a second, I recognize these letters. Does this check out? And I started realizing it checked out before I even, completely like checked all of the letters. Oh man, so huge to know that there's a meaning to this and that these things are connected. And then, because I also had it written on the page, I realized, hang on a freaking second, these letters relate also to does it never end in Her Ladyship's chamber. Oh my God, guys. I don't even know what it means yet, but huge. I know these things are all connected, and it means, in a sense, it takes the pressure off figuring out what each individual one means, right? Because now I know they're anagrams. So I don't know if the real message. I don't know if there's other things this relates to yet. I've found these 3, and as I said, I've just found this out. So I'm going to be like playing around with this more. However, the thing that is clear to me is that each of these notes, that these 3 messages that are anagrams of each other, each of these notes contains a little drawing, and each of these drawings involves a freaking anti-clockwise swirl. That's as far as I've come. I'm like, each one has an anti-clockwise swirl of some kind on it. So that's pretty dang interesting. I found that very interesting. I don't know what to do with that yet, but I'm very happy to have it. I'm very happy to have made this connection now. It reveals a lot, and it lets me take this in new directions now. So that's really cool. The next thing I tried with this is actually going, hang on, could this be all an anagram for Over Navare, and it's not actually. Like there's quite a few letters in common, but it's missing several. So, and it has some extra ones, so it's not that. But I did give that a go as well. So that's super cool. That's a super cool realization. Another one I've been thinking about is, because we have this place now, this Aries Court, I'm thinking back to the grotto puzzle, which is Aries Court, Aries Cloak, Aries Castle. And we have an Aries, or Airy is probably how you say it without the S. So I'm assuming Airy is kind of like, it probably means realm in some sense. These are all Aries. So I don't know though. It could actually not. It could mean something else. So in a sense, it's almost like we have one of these accounted for now. Like Aries Court, Aries Cloak, Aries Castle. We have Aries Court now. So surely this is what that refers to. So what then is Aries Cloak and Aries Castle? Well, I know that castle is the end, the kind of mansion that we get if we include the throne room. So that's my major connection with castle. And of course, this code is what we got when we accessed the door in the grotto that led us to pick up the throne. So it seems all very... This relates to the throne room. Throne room relates to Aries. Court, and maybe including the throne room in the house, which gets us the castle. Maybe that's what the castle relates to. But if so, what is the cloak? I don't know. So I don't know. That I'm it's a connection. It's a way of thinking that I have right now. So I have one more thing I've realized. I feel very silly about this. I'm sure it was driving you crazy. Because I've been going back over, I'm really trying to carefully go back over all of the blue memos that we've received. Because here's the next thing. I'm trying not to be I'm trying to look around and be open to making new connections, of course, and to try to think about things in a way that I haven't yet, and all of that. But at the same time as I'm doing that, what I'm trying to do is also consider what pathways has this game been leading me down? What are the particular points that have led to other points that have led to other points? For example, the fact that you get to room 46, then you get the gift shop. The gift shop then allows you to get these particular items, which unlock these particular powers, so obviously, and getting all of the 8 inner sanctum doors open, being able to get the blue tents, I'm sort of considering where is the game kind of pointing me, and what things is the game kind of nudging me towards. So I'm trying to keep that in mind as well, to not be really random about the connections I'm making necessarily, or at least not to only do that, to make sure I'm thinking about what's the design pathway here, where is the game pushing me, getting the new, a new clue leading to getting the satellite, leading to getting the removing the crates ability, leading to going through all of the doors, leading to the blue door, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to use that sort of thinking and that sort of logic to also nudge myself in certain directions. And I'm still doing this. So as part of that, I am really considering what else am I squeezing out of these blue memos? Let's keep looking at them and revising them and thinking, well, hang on, what is this telling me actually? Some of them have had, very important clues that have been sort of obvious straight away. Some of them I'm sure are definitely this itself just, tells you something a little bit about this room and it's not that important. But some of them I might have sort of dismissed a little bit too early before, and I want to make sure I'm revisiting and being careful with that. So through doing this, I have realized that I just made. Again, this is just me making a quick assumption, a mistake through thinking about something and dismissing it too quickly. I've realized I made a mistake with the garage blue memo, which is actually much more interesting than I originally thought. Like, the garage, I had originally thought the garage was basically telling me what I already knew, that the license plate was an abbreviation of Swan Song. But no, it's an anagram. It's an acronym. It's an acronym of Swan Song. Not of Swan Song. It's an acronym. It's an acronym, meaning SWNSNG is an acronym. It relates to a wider phrase, sentence, or something like that. So now I'm sort of at the beginning of busying myself with thinking, what is SWNSNG? What series of words could this relate to? And I suppose the first way I'm starting to tackle this is so. Hang on. I'll do this and then the next bit. I'm getting really excited and ahead of myself. The first way I've decided to start tackling this is to do what I've done before, which is think what possible letters, I did this with the castle, what possible words could these letters be associated with? And the main one that I think is the most interesting is the G. Because S and W and N relate to so many words. And I thought, well, G, what are some more game-specific words that could be related to G? Well, gate is the first one. Also garage, we find this in the garage. Gems, green, grey, gold, general is sort of what I've come up with so far. And this might help to sort of nudge my brain in a certain direction. And I've done the same so far a little bit with S. So it could be Simon, Swan, Sacred, 6, 7, Signs, Sinclair, Stars. Obviously these also might not be nouns, or they might be like just other words, so that it makes some kind of important thing. I mean, security, actually, I'm writing it down right now. I've only just started doing this, so I haven't, that's as far as I've gotten. But there you go. I've realized my mistake. I've realized my mistake with that one. So I will keep trying different things. Those were I think the major things. So there's still a ton of things, an absolute ton of things that I'm really keen to try just in between, in addition to all of that. Including trying certain rooms, trying to get them in the outer room and seeing if there's something interesting there, or trying to call it a day in certain rooms. I know that there's still something that's really on my mind is getting the last upgrade disc, because again, the game has been nudging me about that. The game has given me freaking clues from the staff saying like, hey, do you have all the upgrade discs yet? At first I just thought like, oh, this is so neat because I'd love to get all the upgrade discs. I only have one more. Cool, thanks. I'd love to get all the upgrades. What are all of the upgrades? However, maybe the last upgrade is an important one, and the game is like, wink, wink, get all of the upgrade discs. So I'm really want to like pursue that. And I'm pretty sure that Ladyship's Chamber is the room that has the next upgrade disc, which, and all I suppose, I don't know where to find it in there. Like the ideas I've come up with so far are calling it a day in Ladyship's Chamber, which could be the very obvious thing to do in that room. The reason I haven't done it up until now really is because it's the very first thing that Clara in her diary said was she got a crappy sleep in there. So, but maybe it's actually what you should do. And maybe like you wake up the next day with an upgrade disc or something. Maybe it's getting the map. There's so many rooms I want to try with the treasure map X, and so I really want to try that with Ladyship's Chamber if possible. Obviously that's a really tricky one because I don't have a lot of control over when I'm lucky enough to get a treasure map, apart from putting the treasure map in the cloakroom and trying to keep it the next day or something like that. The other tricky thing about it, though, is Ladyship's Chamber can obviously only go on the West Wing, and so far I have only had the X on the treasure map in one spot on the West Wing on rank 5. So if there are more, it just sort of, there obviously could be more treasure map spots, but that's what I've had so far. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing to try. Maybe there's, I don't know, like maybe there's more to do with the secret diary key in there, or maybe it's another contraption. So I want to just like push myself to try things in there, maybe key 8. Key 8 seems to be a much more magical key than I had given it credence for, so credit for rather. So yeah. Okay. With that out of the way, let's get back to trying to get these other blue memos. Look at this, pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we can get 8 and 9 here. However, if I don't get access to the key pass, or let's say secret garden over here, so I could go through the antechamber, access to foundation is difficult. So what's the smartest thing to do? I think it's either to go back with 30 steps. This isn't great. I might just draft from here anyway. If we could get something like dining room. Yeah, and I'm running out of keys too. Got to keep that in mind. Okay. Let's use this key. Oh, look, dining room here is 100% the most perfect thing. Brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted. See, Joya. Why are you a part of this cryptograph? Why are you a part of this cryptograph? And obviously another thing is I really want to get the other planets in the planetarium, and I really want to get my stars up. I don't even have the shovel yet. But so what do you enjoy? You like showroom, so this is perfect. We have it. We can get the extra steps now. Lovely. So good. So good. It probably would have been good to hang out for a little bit more money, to maybe be able to buy the silver spoon, and then I could have made all of this much more worthwhile. But we've still got apples and cupcake and stuff there to potentially do that with. For now, I'm glad to be at a higher step count. And of course, I've got to get treasure trove. Okay, so we have another corner room here. We can maybe make good use of this. However, it will use my last key. I don't even have, yeah. It's a little bit scary to be keyless. It would be, I could use this spot to maybe try to get, what's it called? Locksmith? Possibly even attic could be good. Possibly even laundry room could kind of work out. Yeah, I wonder if maybe what I should do is walk away from this one for the time being. Head back down. Yeah, maybe try drafting from hallway. I might try that, honestly. I'd really prefer not to lose a key. Okay, cupcake, I will be back for you. I mean, this could relate to another time. but what? But what? Maybe this relates to this, like in terms of like these things show the direction that the hands should go in. But then you'd sort of think, like, wouldn't they be gold? I've always been waiting, like at some point I'm going to get some kind of clue that relates to gold, gold hands, you know, surely it's a coming. I could draft from here, however, I'm just nervous that this might be my only way to access foundation. Yeah. And, you know, possibly even utility room could be a good thing to go for. So, but I think I would really feel safer at least going from hallway. Right, let's try this. The redraws is not, yeah, West Wing Hall is just the, yeah, West Wing Hall. Let's just use the spaces more effectively. So we can get anything here. I don't want any of the other classrooms. These two are just not interesting enough. It just doesn't, you know, gems is nice, but it doesn't like get me out of my sticky situation really. So I'm going to redraw. Nook at least gives me 2 keys. Spare veranda, of course, could be really, it could even deliver the secret garden key. Do I, you know, like this is sort of a little nookie gift horse right here. I don't want to look it in the face. I don't want to stare at the gift horse. But also this will mean a greater chance of finding items in other green rooms and itself could be really good. I'm going to go Nook because, yeah, let's get the keys. It's just a little bit more certainty about being able to move forward. And veranda, spare veranda, you know, would be better going straight ahead here anyway. So I might try here now. So there goes one of the keys anyway. Okay, yeah. So spare veranda actually could be really good here. It would be so good. So, okay, a gem. Damn, I was hoping for like a trunk. That's very nice though. However, I sort of ideally need it in conjunction with shovel. I really need commissary. Okay, so I don't want to do this space here ideally unless I'm in a bit of a better position. So let's go back. Yeah, through. I could go from boudoir next. So hallway, drawing room. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3. No, that's it. That's it. Yeah. So this is the junction point at which I go to classroom or go. Yeah. Okay. I think let's do that. Let's do that. So straight down to parlor and then all the way around. Okay. Oh man, gems are trapped in here. What I might do is just double check I haven't missed anything while I've got the terminal here. So we'll log in. Great. Cool. I mean, the best thing at least to get done today, if I can, is just to get the classrooms. But it's all right. You know, we can do it another time if it doesn't work out. Remote access. Security, please. Thank you. I think it's just worth a little look. Key card. That's amazing. How did I miss that? Where? Hang on. See, I have been rushing in a lot of places, so maybe I even missed it like here. Okay, that's very encouraging, because that solves my foundation problem. All we need to do is find it. It's not in a trunk somewhere. Could even be on one of the freaking classrooms that I missed. Hang on. I don't think I missed it in dormitory. I mean, I definitely didn't miss it in a break room, right? It wasn't in workshop. Huh. Could be in one of the classrooms. Well, look, let's keep going with this for now. Maybe. It's just going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's going to... Yeah. We're going to be going through the steps to get back. That's the problem. Whereas... Oh, it's all very fragmented, isn't it? Like, the fact that my foundation is currently cut off from the rest of the house, unless I get, you know, antechamber open on the east and west, which really comes down to secret garden key. Huh. $52 steps. Oh, the fruit I know. The fruit is in the classroom. It's funny it didn't mention the cupcake, because there's cupcake in the classroom as well. All right, I'm gonna go through here. I'm just gonna like really try to check very freaking carefully. Keycard wouldn't be here. Keycard wouldn't be here. No keycard here. Oh, sorry, doggies. I was in a rush before. I'm so sorry. Lots of pats for you. Lots of pats for you. Hey, hot sauce. I'm thoughtless drawbridge. Carter. Carter. I don't know which one. Which one is which? Didn't miss it in here anywhere, did I? Okay, well, let's go from here. Alright. Well, unless I use a redraw... I'm not going to be able to use that space. It's a bit of a shame, but maybe at least... I could also do office... spread the gold, be able to buy the silver spoon in showroom, which would, you know, immensely help with steps. It could be good. I really want observatory, of course. I could risk a redraw. I might go for the known quantity, honestly. Oh, great, a key. Good. Appreciate it. We'll spread gold, so that'll go into the conference room. Great. Okay, that should be all good. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, office. Nice. Cool. You've always been a really cool room. We get the gem as well. Hey, Gates. My old friend Gates. Herbert. Mysterious Herbert. Okay. So, yeah. Hopefully that all mean? I'm a little afraid, like, what if I have missed the key card in here in a different spot? I mean, definitely not there. It only had 2 items in it. Like, something might be here occasionally, but that's that. Yeah. Please don't tell me I missed it in the schoolhouse. Alright, I went back and checked the footage. It's in conference room. I can see it sitting on the table in there. So that's great. We'll head back there now. Hooray! That's super useful. And conference room is where I'm going to pick up my money. So hopefully we'll be able to, you know, buy silver spoon then, and that'll make everything that we eat beyond that much more useful. Let's go straight over. Here it is. I saw it in the footage. So silly. That's what you get for rushing. That's what rushing brings. Rushing, you know, I mean, rushing allows you to get to classroom 6 on time. So that's, you know, good to try out your sacred hour little theory. But it means you walk straight past the very, very critical key card that you get. How nice of conference room to give me key card, by the way. What a freaking amazing room. Beautiful. So I have enough money now to step in here and, you know, would love to get ornate compass, of course, but silver spoon helps me with my step issue. Yeah, kind of wish I could have gotten that. Wish I could have gotten that before. Yeah, we got everything in there. Okay, cool. Before eating my dinner, but we'll be able to use it for some of the other things at least. So then the next thing is... So I suppose this maybe changes my plan a little bit. I could go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, and do some drafting here. Or I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, get the extra steps from the apples and the cupcake here, yum yum yum, and then try drafting from here. Or I suppose alternatively I could just go up here, draft from here, and see if we can make it up here. It's just risky because I might have to come back to make that worthwhile. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it's cutting it very fine if I have to go back up here to get those steps. Very fine. I really like the cupcake and the apple is not going to save me per se. So I really could do with kitchen. Yeah, I really could do with kitchen. I'm thinking of going up here, yeah. With the extra keys, I think with the extra key security that I have now, let's go back up, let's get these steps, and let's see what we can make of, where are we going? Boudoir classroom. All right, super delicious cupcake. Thank you. 20 freaking steps. Apple. 4. could have done better with a couple of other things, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And I have another apple here. Great. So that's at least a good decent amount of steps. Okay. Unfortunately, no more. Can we just like lick the bones? You know, like eat some of the rosemary, suck on the lemon a little bit. You know, it's food. Okay. Let's see what we can get on this spot. It would actually be really good to get kitchen. Great. So this will The good thing about this is we can get our steps up. It will then lead to the next spot where I can put a classroom. However, the classroom will then be a dead end for this spot, but at least the kitchen will mean I have the steps to then use some other spots. And because we have the key pass now, yeah, really good. It'll sort of work out, I think. So excellent. Oh, yum, 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 yum. So good. So good. Great. Great, great, great. Thank you, kitchen. You have actually saved my bacon. Oh, that's all my money. Oh, damn. I don't get free bananas today. Okay, but still, we got 100 steps. 100 steps for us. So this, I've only got 2 redraws. I would really like a classroom here. Great. Classroom is perfect. Wonderful. So now this is obviously, I'm sure as you can imagine, one of the blue memos I've been really looking forward to because I hope it relates to Eurasian language. I'm looking inside the desks. I keep expecting that at least one of them will appear inside the desk, but I guess not. Aha, it's just in the corner. Ooh, okay. Loon is the Eurasian word for water. Well, I knew that one, right? I knew that one. Essa is the Eurasian word for love. Joro is the Eurasian word for father. This is exactly what I was hoping for, basically, was just more words. Okay. Ah. This could help me out. Hang on, let me check this right now. This could help me out with my Clara letter, actually. Is this the O that I couldn't account for? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Where is the Clara letter? Yeah, I had written something down. That's it. I had written down something as name because it said jaw, but I didn't know what the O related to. It's because it's not name, it is Joro, father. Joro, father. So what does that sentence go back to being then? I think what she's written is like Ulde ein Joro vor. Hang on, I'll look up the exact letter as well. The actual Eurasian. I just have to look that up on my phone. But it looks like, so she's definitely saying away from your father. You're something. The problem is ein, like E-I-N, is one of the words I don't have an explanation for. You're something away from father, I think. It could be like your path is away from the father. She's tended to say your future toward south away from fen. That's the sentence that precedes this. Your name, Jayari. Your future toward south away from fen. Your something away from father. So this is a note Clara is giving to Mary. That's interesting because she would be referring to Simon, who by this time should be dead, or, you know, wink wink, not dead, but everyone said he's dead. Maybe it's something like destiny. Like, you will not have the same destiny your father had. Your destiny will be away from your father. That's interesting. Where do I have the original script? It's quite easy to pick out because I'm actually just looking for where I did the, yeah, there we go, where I did the color analysis of all of the parts of the words. Yeah, Uld ein Joro vo. So your ein away from your father. Huh. Okay, so that's an instance of Joro that's immediately helpful. Essa. Have I come across Essa anywhere? Is Essa unaccounted for in this message? I don't remember Essa. I can't... no, I can't see an Essa. Okay. Essa is the Eurasian word for love. Have we seen Essa somewhere else? I don't remember it like on the stamp, the Eurasian stamp or anything like that. The thing yeah, it tells you loon here. We know loon. It's right here. Didn't need that one. But what I'm really looking for, of course, is this. Like, why on earth have we been given the Eurasian word for gate? It hasn't come up yet. It, to me, sounds very much like it's going to relate to the final safe, you know? I'm gonna think about it while I munch on my apple with my spoon, sticking my spoon into the apple. Okay, incredibly cool. So we should only have now the exam classroom. Oh my god, so excellent. So classroom 8 was the Eurasian words. Okay, should just be the exam. That may be, possibly, the last blue memo. Possibly. It also may not be. It also might not be. We shall see. So I have no choice but to go all the way back. Yep. All the way back out the front door. Okay. Just sort of double checking for items and stuff, but I'm pretty sure not. Like, I think we've retrieved everything now. I don't know. I don't know, but at least I'm glad that I've tried that. To me, that seemed like the most obvious thing to attempt. I mean... I could just try this. We might be lucky and just meet up with Foundation without using the steps, right? Sure. Otherwise, yeah, we can kind of use these spaces. Okay, all right. Like closed exhibit will get us forward, but I won't be able to get the crown. That's okay. I can't use classroom because we need this one. Patio. I suppose the other thing is I could sacrifice connecting with Foundation again, and maybe even just use this to get gems. We'll only get a couple of gems from it, but we might get other cool green stuff, and because we've got spare veranda, there might be cool stuff in the patio. I think given that I can go out and access Foundation elevator, I'm actually going to do patio. It could be really useful. There's our dig spot. The key's been taken away from me now. It's used up. Oh. Do I not get... Did I not get any item? I didn't even get a little item? Dang it. I was hoping veranda would do something for me. Oh man, I can't even use these dig spots. I don't even have a shovel yet. I don't even have commissary yet. Well, okay. Then, what's the next thing to do then? Might as well go down here because at least we avoid going through chapel again. Yeah. Definitely nothing. Wow, what a weird day to not have commissary yet. Oh, sorry, not into Nook, not into Nook, not into Nook. West Wing Hall. Conference room, this will have our gems in it. Won't be much, but it's something. Thank you, conference room. Okay, and now we're... Well, look, we can head out, or... Since I've got the steps now, maybe we try doing drafting from here. Suppose it's a little risky, because it's going to keep... Here's the thing, it's going to keep offering me classroom. So maybe getting the classroom out of the way is actually going to help, yeah, the rest of the drafting. Okay. And I can use the rest of the drafting for, like, really trying to get, you know, treasure trove, etc., etc. Setting up for tomorrow, all of that. Okay. All right. Possibly even getting Ladyship's Chamber and trying something there. That could be cool. What could I do? I could make burning glass. Do I have any reason to make burning glass? Burning glass. No, not that I can think of. Not that I can think of. Not that I have an idea about. Okay, alright. It's very late already. Cool, okay. God, this has really worked out. Oh my god, conference room. Thank you for giving me key pass. Thank you for giving me key pass. I really appreciate it. Great. I suppose... Like, at the moment, I don't have any way to get into the antechamber at all anyway. So, I might for the time being leave doing the north lever. And I have the steps to go there if you know, if we have the opportunity to go into room 46 anyway. Okay, alright, cool. This is going well, this is going well. So far my dreams are coming true. My dreams are coming true. And once we do this, we can probably just leave Schoolhouse alone for a while until I figure out the gold hands. This is a weird foundation I have here right now. Like, all blocked off. So bizarre. Thank God I have the key pass. Thank God. So, the issue is, of course, I have to be able to get around this corner. And I only have one redraw, so that's the risk. But here's the thing. Look, if it doesn't work out, no tears. We can do the classrooms again. We can do them quite easily. We can just do a sneaky little classroom one day to get the exam again. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, God damn it! I really want commissary. I'm considering it because commissary would at least get me around the corner where I want to go. I should be able to make the next step because we have the rook power on the corner, so we have redraws there. However, it would just block me off from the left side of the antechamber just in case I were to come into... just in case I would have come into the secret garden. However, I would be able to access the other side of antechamber if it comes to it. So I'm actually going to do commissary. Yes. Great. Oh! Hang on. It's doing that thing again, isn't it? This is... No! It's glitchy. It's glitchy commissary. Oh, I've only ever had this once before. And it teased me with the upgrade disc. I know this is not where the upgrade disc is. I mean, I can't remember, but presumably very early in the game I probably bought an upgrade disc in the commissary. Okay. I don't have money. I don't have money. I spent it. Alright, maybe we can acquire some money. If I'm lucky enough to get treasure trove here, that'll actually be the most perfect thing possible. And this is my last key. We'll see. So, we will redraw. We don't want the classroom here anyway. Observatory could be really good, but I'm gonna try. Yes. Okay. Now treasure trove will help me with money. Brilliant. It'll get me around the corner too. We'll be able to buy keys and use key there. So let's get all of this. Oh my god. Actually, perfect. Thank you, Metal Detector, for letting me know about that. I can go straight in here. We can now buy everything. Good. Set of gems. Key. Gem. Great. Give me the upgrade disc. Now we can choose to, you know, again, it's a little bit risky. There's still some more drafting to do, but this is the main thing I'm here for, right? Okay. All right. Exciting. I'm so excited to get, so this is box number 30 and it's a white water box. Cool. Let's use a key. Ooh. I know this. So this is true. In a sense, this is true. The Baron began and ended his travels in the same realm. Yes, if you consider that this realm is, in fact, despite being referred to as Fen Aries by the power that we don't agree with, if you say in its heart of hearts it is Arinda Aries, then yes, this is true. So, cool. But I suppose there is a way of considering the fact that this isn't true, you know. You could also say it's true because this is Fen Aries. He started in Fen Aries and ended in Fen Aries, so... let me just write this down. The Baron began and ended his travels in the same realm. It must be a really interesting experience if you get treasure trove, you know, earlier than I do, and these things, you know, help you out with the puzzles that I've already solved. All right, cool. So all we need here, the problem is only one redraw die. So I'm praying for classroom here. Of course it's a locked door. This is all I can do. Ah, okay. Okay, all right. So, dang it. That means I still have one more. Okay. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Look, I probably could have done that in a different order to get myself more redraws before coming here, but. You know, but everything was kind of contingent on each other thing. I didn't have keys and blah, 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 blah. So, okay. All good. All good. That's okay. We can do it another time. The classroom thing is easy to organize. We just need another day with school day at some point. In that case, the best thing I can think of, like, drafting studio would just get us further, but attic could have, yeah, really cool things in it. So let's go with attic. Oh, excellent. Does that mean I have jackhammer materials now? Brilliant. Okay, so, you know, that could help us out with redraws. Keys, very, very welcome. My favorite thing. Treasure chest. Oh, good luck pick here as well. The coupon book would be great for getting me my final banana. Possibly a free banana, I think. Oh, okay, so that's also in Foundation. So it's fine. It's just a shame because it means that we don't get to choose or have a go at choosing the room that's associated with it. Also means I can't get Ladyship's Chamber today, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. So I have to go, yeah, I have to go down foundation anyway. I guess in case I'm, oh, hang on, there we go, there it is. So let's do this. Let's dig. It's like the third time I've dug in foundation. What would even be useful? Again, without having study. Okay, it's a combo. It's a combo. That's nice. Alright. So I can buy everything else in showroom. That's nice. I'm going to just leave the big spots because I'm not desperate for keys now or steps. And if I do get desperate for redraws, I can technically come back here and maybe get some more after I get Jackhammer. Alright. So that's cool. Maybe just in preparation in case I'm able to access the crown, I'll go and open the north lever. Alright. Alright. I think I've got enough gems. Yeah, you know, I've got the emerald bracelet as well. Like, I think I've got enough gems. I don't need to worry about getting the extra one here. Nice, this will do. Okay, Simon, run! Run! Let's just get this lever open just in case. Just in case. Only because it would be it would be too much of a pain if I do happen to get the, you know, one of the other, if I do happen to get antechamber access, it would just be a little bit too much of a pain to come back here. Lovely. Cool. Yeah. All except for that last bit, this day has actually gone pretty swimmingly. You know, despite a lot of hairy situations, a lot of challenges along the way, we've met them. This has gone really, really well. It's gone really, really well. Really good to get these remaining classroom blue memos, except for the exam one, which could be the most amazing one. Who knows? Who knows? Could be the most important thing. Could be the thing that relates to the blue door. Oh, by the way, so I'm trying to I've done a bit of thinking about the blue door as well, because, you know, my big hope once I started this blue, and I haven't given up on this, but once I started this blue memo quest, essentially, I was like, this could be the thing that gets us the information about the blue door. And it may still do. It may have already done that. It may be just, I've just got to kind of hunker down and kind of try to understand it a little bit better, right? However, I haven't received anything, you know, so far with the vast majority of them done. I haven't received anything yet, which is kind of, you know, given any explicit hints about the blue door. So I'm doing that thing where I'm just like, continuing to sort of push myself to think of new things. I have things I haven't tried yet. I still have things I haven't tried yet with the blue door, including drafting all of the drafting rooms themselves. You know, other things I don't know, like I'm constantly sort of expanding my notes here. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I even considered, like, could the lines from the door, like there are these lines coming out from the center of the door, and I was looking back at the blessings at some point, and I was like, oh, hang on, could this relate to the blessing of the general, which also has 3 similar sort of lines coming out, like a sort of a military, you know, insignia. But the problem is those are 3 lines, and the ones coming out from the door are 4 lines. However, that did make me think the 4 lines on each side equals 8. So maybe that is something, because 8 is always something, right? Yeah, so I still have to try, like, getting a whole bunch of drafting rooms and seeing if that's anything. I've got other ideas, you know, that I've mentioned before that are also to do with drafting. this could also still, so all right, at another level, I've also been considering doing some other sort of, a little bit of meta, it's more like not meta-analysis, but meta-theorizing. And thinking like, well, of like the big puzzles that I sort of know about currently, how do I imagine that they relate to each other? You know, like what, yeah, like Aries Court, the true treasure trove chest, the blue door. You know, you guys know at the moment my theory is that from Aries Court, from that puzzle, I will get an Arindia key. The Arindia key will unlock the true treasure trove chest in the outer room. What will be in that chest? I do not know. What will we unlock? Maybe it's a lever that opens the blue door. I don't know. Maybe it's something else. But I think that I have a very strong feeling that that's the relationship between those two things. But yeah, how does the blue door factor into this? I don't know. So I'm sort of like trying to consider like how could this work? Another thing I thought of is maybe rather than drafting rooms, maybe it's, you know, the relationship is like the other big thing about this door is it's blue. So maybe it relates to blue rooms. But like I've already had days where I draft loads of blue rooms because we had that day where we used the banner of the king. We got almost a house full of blue rooms there. So I considered, well, could it be drafting all of the blue rooms? It could be, but I don't think it's technically possible because I think there's, by my count, depending on what you actually count and considering the fact that there are multiple blue rooms that are in the outer room and couldn't be drafted together, you know, there's somewhere between 45 and 48 blue rooms. So even if you went with the 45, and it is interesting, of course, you know, that like entrance hall and foundation are blue rooms themselves, but yeah, I don't think you could technically draft all of them, but maybe it's only blue rooms, and that's something I haven't done because even on the day when I did loads of blue rooms, when was that? This one? Was it this one? I don't know if this looks right. It's actually got quite a lot of variety in it. But even whenever that day was, this one. You know, there's still other color rooms there. So it's a very heavy blue room day, but it's not an only blue room day. But then how would that work? Because you would have to end the day. You would have to call the day. Maybe the next day the door opens or something like that, you know? So I don't know. It's just yet another thing I'm considering among all of my other, like, you know, does it relate to the credits? I mentioned this, a puzzle in the credits. Yeah, I don't know. just thinking. So I'm gonna like keep thinking, keep trying. Oh, we should go back here and get the dig spots in kennel now that I've got jackhammer. Hey, doggos, hi. Hey, Bubba. Hey. Are you having a good day? Gems. All right. And that's it for here, isn't it? It's just that. Okay. See you, Bubbas. Nothing in there. Okay. With our remaining steps. Oh, and actually, although I don't think it'll make much difference at this point, let's switch the security around because it could save me with keys as well. Mm-hmm. This is a rare day where I've actually had, you know, 3 terminals. Actually, it doesn't happen a lot lately. Hi, please. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's the problem with the jackhammer as well is it's unlikely now that we'll find trash while digging. So Yeah, a bit of a shame because I would love to build the stars up again, and you know it's an opportunity to do so, but it's just not. I know it's just not the way that the day has gone, really. So we can buy out everything from showroom. Ornate compass, yes. Moon pendant, yes. Great. Cool. I feel really good that I've rethought. I feel really good that I've rethought those the way that the notes work in Aries Court back, because I felt like I probably wasn't in a position to try to do those things, you know, to be there at Sacred Hour with no items, no money. But now actually it feels so much more doable. Now that I've rethought it, and it's probably just involving Southern Cross plus those other things, I now feel like I could have a good go at it. The reason I thought to say that is because I also know if I want to attempt this and have no items, I need to make sure I don't get Moon Pendant the day before, because then I will definitely start the day with items. You know, even getting mailroom would be fine because I could just not pick the items up from the box before I go down there for Sacred Hour and try that. But yeah. But Moon Pendant would simply mean, yeah, I have items. Cool, this is the one. Definitely no other items. Okay. All right, now I have no redraws, which sucks. So this could be it. But we get redraws from the room. So actually, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. And we've got Ornate Compass here to save us as well. Okay. Definitely redraw. I'm really looking for a three exit room here of some kind. Passageway will do nicely. Passageway will do nicely. So here's the other thing. I'm sure that this is the exam classroom, right? Yeah. I suppose another thing to try the next time I'm doing this, since I have to come back to try to get the exam on rank 8 anyway, the exam classroom, something I'm a little curious about is there another classroom beyond that? Because we did add, I mean, I think it's just the same classroom. I think it's just basic classroom again, because it's the one, I'm pretty sure that it's the one that we added from the drafting studio. But I don't know, like maybe it gets a different blue note. That could be a thing as well. Yeah. All right. I hate to waste the redraws, but at the same time, like I simply need a room like this here. Okay. So this would be great if it was some kind of like useful. All right. I've got no redraws. I don't need the gems. I don't need the money. So actually maybe bedroom is the best bet in case it has a trunk in it. That's all I can think. You know what? That's not the way I thought I would come in. Interesting. Okay, absolutely nothing. Nothing for me today. Huh. Okay. All right. Leaving with my tail between my legs. Let's try here then. I mean, I don't need to get the exam room. I guess pool just gives me another drafting possibility. All I'm trying to do is like see what else I can squeeze out of this day. So let's do that. We get some trunks. A little bit of extra cash. I mean, we could get free. Oh, hello. But why would I... Hang on. Why would I use this now? Why would I use this now? Because... if I use Secret Garden Key here, sure, it'll get me access into Antechamber. I can go and get the crown, and I'll have the crown for literally just one draft. That's it. That's it. It's... it's just probably not worth it. It's just probably not worth it. Is there a key or a coin? A key. There we go. Yeah, so we might as well just do this. I guess I'm really just sort of like, is there anything that's going to come up that could be useful for me tomorrow? But I guess not. I guess not. I'm going to do security. The reason is, I was thinking actually it'd be nice to rewatch another Alzara prediction, because I'm sort of changing, I'm considering rethinking the way I'm thinking about them. Okay. So we might finish our day with lavatory. Honestly, it's appropriate. Finishing our day with lavatory has actually been brilliant in the past. It's how I earned my very first trophy. I doubt that's going to happen today. Oh, what a day. What a day. Okay. Yeah, there's really no use to doing the extra classroom. There's nothing. There's just nothing. We might as well just celebrate with lavatory. Let's just let lavatory have its time. Hey, lavatory. Hey. I'm still so curious about you. Could there be something else going on with you? You know, we've had some interesting times. We have. I've found gems and stuff in you. I've dug in your floor. I've seen your pipes. Okay. Log into network. So let's do the... God, it's the long password, isn't it? Hang on. If I do... No, that's much easier. So it's this H... Why'd I go the long way around? HS... S. So I wonder if the acronym of SWNSNG like could have something to do with all of this in security. The HSS is, you know, we can see HSS, home security surveillance. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it yet. Anyway. So what I mean, one of the things I've been thinking, this is, again, maybe a bit of an out there sort of theory, but I've been thinking after all of this, like what... Maybe it's worth considering that the Alzara predictions, premonitions, whatever that we've been given, maybe they're not always... so I've definitely said, you know, like maybe they're much more abstract than I've been even giving them credit for. Obviously, they're quite abstract already, but maybe they're even more abstract than I was thinking. So, for example, what's what? Let's take a look at this one. Let's...
As it was for...
Oh, he's so good.
I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face.
I'm actually not sure what this one is. Is it the one about somebody being in the house?
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
Yes, please. He does say... So he refers to me as your... Yeah.
I see a shadow.
This is actually the perfect one to illustrate my point. I had been thinking, this is my future.
In the hallway.
Maybe Alzara is telling somebody else's future.
An unlatched gate you did not open.
Maybe
A missing item.
Alzara is simply running premonitions that he previously, except
I see a
the
young
visuals
boy
obviously feature
watch
us. He does say, I see a young boy watch from afar. That This gets in my way.
A boy who once was brave, but now afraid.
But maybe, I don't know. Look, let me just say this. Could it be that he's talking about a different boy? What I mean is, we've just come and put a coin in this box. This box has been there for a long time. Maybe these premonitions are actually for... Maybe these premonitions are actually for, say, a young Herbert. You know, maybe these were the things. And the visuals are our memory, not our memory, our imagination of what they mean. We, Simon, are listening to these going, oh, is this me? You know, is somebody in my future going to come into the house while I'm here? And that's what we're seeing in the visuals. Maybe this is about Herbert or even Simon. And maybe, you know, because it would sort of make sense that perhaps, you know, indeed the person who comes into the house here is Bon Margul, and that would have been in Herbert's future, you know? Yeah. Like, it's unlikely I'm thinking that it's in our future, but it would have been in Herbert's future when he was younger. I don't know. I haven't thoroughly re-looked through all of these as I've been thinking this. It's just been a little thought bubbling up. Like, could this be it? But this is obviously the most interesting one in many ways. Mostly because a lot of this is still stuff I haven't encountered. Yep, the metro. He does say he's offering me a vision, but really, like, what is he giving us? He's probably speaking to Simon, and Simon is imagining, maybe? I don't know. But how would Simon imagine this? This is obviously visual information being given to the player. So we've seen these statues now, so that's kind of like an amalgam of, like, that's Aries Court in a sense. It's an abstraction of Aries Court. This, I don't know. I had originally thought this was the safe house. This,
I see cavern walls of
I don't know. It could be beyond Aries Court. It could be beyond the blue door.
A hollow lit by a sea of 1,000 burning stars.
This I don't know. It's beautiful.
I see a treasure buried beneath the cliff rocks.
I'm guessing you're talking about Aries Court now that I look at it again.
Hidden among the memories of the falling sands.
This could...
And within the black mirror, I see a figure.
I mean, this could even refer to the tomb in Aries Court. Sullen snow? Sullen is the term they used in Aries Court to do with the Southern Cross. Why sullen? And if this is an abstraction, if what we're seeing now is a metaphor,
all of what I have told
we
you,
bend down after, it's as if
I wish you to not know.
It's as if what it's saying to us is in Aries Court,
Meet again
we will
some
open that
distant
tomb,
day.
which has the,
Will have nothing
you know, the
more
black
to
mirror on it, maybe. And we will reach down and pick up a curse. Maybe it's sort of telling us we will be cursed in a sense. Maybe not like in any kind of, you know, literal sense, but could it be saying something like that? Like maybe something in that will be kind of in some way seen as us cursing ourselves with maybe a pathway that is challenging. Could be. I don't know. Anyway, that was just a way of sort of illustrating some things I'm thinking about. Nothing there. All right. Great. Well, that was a super useful day. I achieved most of my dreams, not all of them, but under pretty challenging circumstances. So the question is, and I don't have the blessing today to the blessing of the monk, so there's no chance to sort of put a room in the outer room or anything like that. That's fine, because I may well do Schoolhouse again tomorrow. I may do something else. But what we can do is just, call it a day in an ordinary sort of way to set ourselves up well for tomorrow. So I think let's do good old break room, and Moon Pendant will provide something or other for us. Wonderful. Wonderful. Super useful. Super useful. I can't believe I'm almost there. Almost there. Great. Just around the corner. Just around the corner. By the way, I did realize that, yes, indeed, the note that's in here relates to these, because the months being, the days are slightly longer than the months. It does match up with the Umbrella Man, like the size of the gate of the Umbrella Man representing months and the woman representing days. So, yeah, I'm fairly sure that that's what that is. I'm just going to check one other thing, which is that parlor spot. That is I've got that accounted for already, so that's all good. Okay, so let us finish in our standard way, looking at our grand uncle there. Perfect. That's definitely everything I wanted to do, right? I can't think of anything else. No, that's it. We'll see what Moon Pendant can do for us tomorrow. We'll have the key card, and we could make it a good day. A perplexing schoolhouse. Interesting. Because the combo of puzzle rooms and classrooms. Cool. Have fun, kids. Have fun with the puzzles. I certainly am. Okay. I hope you enjoyed some of my updates today. Yep, I will keep working away at it and see where I get, but I am so thrilled with some of that progression. I really am. I think it helps me in two really important ways at the very least. One is, I'm making a start on figuring out what this cryptograph has to tell me. I'm revisiting a lot of puzzles, and I'm freaking figuring out connections that have been missing for a long time, which is great, really, really great. And on top of that, I think I can also start doing some serious preparation for trying to get this key in Aries Court. I'm feeling like actually I might have the pieces to at least give it a good go. So, really liking this direction. Thank you, as always, for coming along on the journey with me. This has been my 100th day in the mansion. It's been wonderful. It's been an incredible, enriching, joyful 100 days. I can't express enough my love and admiration for everything in this game, for all of the love and craftsmanship that has gone into this. It's beyond astonishing. It is such a joy. It is just such a joy. And I know you feel the same way. We all love this game together. It's so good. It's so good. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for 101 in a way. Also day 103 in a way. Bye-bye.